The Golden State Warriors have their eyes locked on the 2025 NBA Draft, holding the 41st overall pick. And the buzz is strong that they could find another diamond in the rough in the second round. Last year's selection, Quinton Post, made an immediate impact, showing that the Dubs know how to find talent that contributes right away. So the key question now, can the Warriors strike gold again this year? Let's talk about what the Dubs need and why the 41st pick matters. Golden State isn't looking to draft a franchise-changing superstar in this range. They already have that in place. What they need are players who bring specific skills, who can slot in as specialists and make a tangible difference on both ends of the court. Think knockdown shooters, switchable defenders, smart decision makers, guys who might not fill highlight reels, but who elevate the roster through precision and fit. That's exactly where the 41st pick comes into play. It's about maximizing value, getting contributions early, and continuing to build a championship-caliber environment. And that's where names like Coobe Brie come into focus, standing around 6'5" 3/4. Brie has a track record of elite shooting. He's in the mid-40% range from three-point land. He's the kind of player who lives at the arc, catches fire quickly, and can come in cold and spearhead a scoring batch from deep. He's an older prospect with solid seasoning, first at Dayton and then a proven performer at Kentucky, where he averaged double figures and continued his hot shooting, with spot-up shooting that essentially plays at 60 to 67% true shooting range. He offers the Dubs that dreaded spacing boost, especially useful flanking a ball-dominant duo like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. More than just a dead eye from deep, Brie brings movement-based shooting, transitioning fluidly off screens, cutting hard to the basket, spotting up in rhythm, and yes, he's not a defensive stopper by default, but with his frame and motor, there's room for growth. Over the past 3 to 4 seasons, that's exactly what he's done. Gradual defensive improvement aligned with shooting efficiency. At the end of the day, he might not be a creator or a star, but he doesn't need to be. He needs to give reliable minutes, go to spots, hit shots, and defend. And that's exactly the profile of a 41st pick steal. Now, if your draft mindset is more about defense first, size, versatility, enter Sean James. Around 6'4", James brings that corner of the floor three-step, but his bread and butter lies on the defensive side. Early scouting reports praise his ability to stick on guards, bother ball handlers, and thrive in switching schemes. Add to that a 40% mark from three-point range last season at Duke. So you're not sacrificing spacing. Picture him guarding opponents on Curry's side, grabbing a switch, and seamlessly flowing into action. He may not have gaudy box score stats, but his underlying impact on ball pressure, rotations, and team defense is exactly what Warriors culture values. Looking at how Golden State picks, especially in the second round, it's about players who fill a niche. In the first 40 picks, most high-upside creators are long gone. What remains is the chance to grab a defender with size and shooting upside like James. He might lack an elite playmaking profile, but the Warriors have secondary initiators locked down. What they lack are versatile wings who spark possessions, hit spot-up shots, and keep the defensive unit humming. James fits that bill, and his projection points to a long NBA career. Exactly the kind of player you love at pick 40-1. Next up is Tennessee sharpshooter Chaz Lanier. He's more than just a standstill sniper, though. That's the headline. He shoots nearly 40% from three over his collegiate career, putting up 18 points per game in the SEC last season. He brings elite catch and launch abilities, and occasionally self-creation off handoff action. He lacks blow-by explosiveness, but he's more than comfortable in the in-between game, mixing pull-ups into the mid-range range. Think Tim Hardaway Jr. type, a reliable scoring spark, quality, spot-up option, secondary floor spacing. He can bring offensively contagious efficiency to a bench that needs it. And while his defense isn't his calling card, Gamma Time showings prove he can watch his man and focus moments that two-way growth potential could surprise. Then there's Nevada standout Kobe Sanders. He's trending upward as a second-round sleeper, a poised ball handler with shooting guard size. He brings solid pick-and-roll IQ and never flusters with turnovers, despite a heavy playmaking role with a stellar to-point for assist-to-turnover ratio. Sanders demonstrates maturity and decision-making in game management. He's not an elite three-point shooter, around 34%, but he brings stability and process. Comparisons to Warriors' original point guard Sean Livingston make sense. Steady, smart, mid-range capable, pick-and-roll savvy. Golden State's bench had ball handling breakdowns and clutch moments this season, Sanders offers an antidote: control. Through chaos and smart choices in tight windows. Last, but not least, we land on swingman Micah Peavy from Georgetown via TCU. Nearing 24, Peavy offers a mature, NBA-ready frame around 6'6" with a 220 frame and about a 6'7" wingspan. He averaged 17 points and 6 boards last year, mixing inside aggression with 40% three-point shooting on over 4 attempts per game. He's physical, finishes at the rim, jumps into mid-range pull-ups blocking out defenders. He's not the toast of athleticism, but his lift and game intelligence enable him to space and score. A mid-range maestro, great in transition and eager to help in protective defenses. At the end of the day, that's what the Warriors are hunting: mature role players who fit their motion, defense, and spacing system. They're filtering via prototypical scouts. Whom can they insert now with minimal development time? At pick 41, you're hunting specialists, not future stars. And whether you select Brie as shooting, James defense, Lanier's scoring, Sanders decision-making, or Peavy's blend, Golden State fans can nod, knowing their team will land smart, skilled, and ready. So, with pick 41 looming, the message is clear: this isn't hype town, it's detail town. They want players who hit the floor running, who can defend space, make threes, and live within a system. And in the second round, those are Nuggets diamonds in disguise. Golden State's track record says they know how to polish them. And now, with the Warriors facing another pivotal offseason, the pressure is real. They're no longer the invincible dynasty of 5 years ago, but rather a battle-tested group trying to stay relevant in a rapidly evolving Western Conference. That makes every roster spot crucial, every draft pick valuable. Golden State's front office knows this better than anyone. At pick 41, they're not just trying to find a player, they're trying to find a solution, someone who can slot into a rotation that's been stretched thin, someone who won't need the seasons of G League seasoning before making an impact. That's why age and experience, usually considered drawbacks, are assets this time around. Micah Peavy, for instance, is a guy you draft not because of what he might become 5 years down the road, but because of what he already is. At nearly 24, he's got the build and the mindset to step into NBA action without flinching. The improvements he made during his college career, especially in shooting and decision-making, suggest a player who took development seriously, who's coachable, and who's willing to evolve his game to stay on the floor. He's not flashy. He's not going to dominate the ball or demand 20 touches a night. But he's the kind of role player who glues rotations together. Those are the guys that win playoff games when the stars need a breather or when foul trouble hits. Peavy's only real red flags are his free throw percentage and some turnover issues. But those feel like things that can be managed in a system like Steve Kerr's, which is based so much on ball movement and spacing. Then there's Kobe Sanders, who might be one of the most intriguing options for Golden State at this spot. What makes him special is how under control he plays. He's not the most athletic, nor the best shooter, but he brings a calm to the court that's hard to teach. When the Warriors had their struggles last season with turnover-prone guard play off the bench, that calmness was exactly what they were missing. Sanders doesn't try to be a hero, he lets the game come to him, and while he won't light up the scoreboard from deep, his ability to run the pick and roll, make smart reads, and avoid costly mistakes is exactly what coaches dream of in a second unit guard. He might not be a household name yet, but his style of play fits seamlessly into the way the Warriors like to operate: controlled chaos with a touch of magic. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive dubs. Updates, let's keep going. The Golden State Warriors might be cooking something behind the scenes once again. According to whispers circulating around the league, there's increasing buzz that the Dubs are targeting a trade to bring in forward David Roddy from the Houston Rockets. While nothing is official yet, several insiders suggest that Golden State has shown genuine interest in the versatile wing, aiming to bolster their forward rotation heading into the 2025-26 season. Roddy, known for his physical frame and two-way potential, hasn't carved out a consistent role in Houston's crowded young core, which may open the door for a relocation to the Bay. At just 6 feet 4 inches, but with a linebacker's build and surprising agility, Roddy brings a unique profile that could intrigue the Warriors coaching staff, particularly given their recent emphasis on defensive switchability and positional versatility. The Warriors are in a moment of transition, with the aging core of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green facing both time and contract uncertainties. The front office is reportedly weighing moves that keep them competitive, without committing to a full rebuild, adding a player like Roddy Young, inexpensive, and moldable fits that dual timeline strategy Golden State has flirted with over the past few seasons, though the Rockets have not publicly shopped Roddy. League chatter suggests they're open to reshuffling their depth chart as they focus on building around their primary pieces. If the Warriors are indeed serious, they could leverage draft assets or one of their younger prospects to get a deal done. As with most summer rumors, it remains to be seen whether this potential deal will materialize, but where there's smoke, there's often fire, and the idea of David Roddy donning a Warriors jersey next season might not be as far-fetched as it seemed just weeks ago. Stay tuned. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.